My whole body aches.
Qiaoran woke up from a sharp pain and opened her eyes to find herself lying at the bottom of a cliff. The cliff wasn't high, otherwise she'd probably be dead or severely injured. Her body aching made her feel like she was dying. Qiaoran frowned and tried to get up, but her head spun. Soon, a series of memories that didn't belong to her flooded in, like frames of a movie. They flashed quickly through her mind. Images gradually slowed down after some time. The last scene was exceptionally clear. Right on top of this cliff just now, several people were arguing.
Li Kuihua, who do you think you are? Ran Ran is my own daughter. What right do you have to sell her?
Hey, Hongyang, don't say it so harshly. I am finding a good marriage for Ran Ran.
So she won't become a wandering ghost, never having tasted a touch. Yuan Yuan is only 14. She hasn't even had her GG ceremony yet. We don't need your good marriage. If you want to marry, go marry yourself. Hey, you bitch! You are biting the hand that feeds you, aren't you? I've already accepted the money for you. Today, Qiaoran will marry whether she wants to or not. Now, get out of my way! No! I won't let you sell my daughter! Li Kuihua, Ran Ran at least calls you aunt. How can you sell her? Aren't I doing this for the sake of the Qiao family? Ran Ran is dying anyway, and we don't have money for a doctor. Can you bear to watch her die a slow, painful death? It is better to sell her to Yuan Wang. At least you'll have a chance to live, right? No! No way! Yuan Wang's son is like that. Why don't you let your own niece marry him? I won't let my daughter marry him. Hey, Chen Huiniang, are you out of your mind? Your idiot daughter is going to die soon anyway. You should be laughing that a dying idiot can be sold for 10 taels of silver. This grain will feed the Qiao family for a long time. If you don't agree, you'll be stuck with these debtors and burdens. Can stop eating Qiao family's food.
Mother! Li Kuihua is holding an thick wooden bong in her hand, grinning at her. Her brain was damaged by a fever when she was young, and she is mentally deficient. But she's incredibly strong. 2 servants can't even hold her. Amidst the scuffle, idiot Qiaoran was pushed. The push sent her staggering back. She slipped and fell off the cliff. After falling off the cliff, she rolled down, hit a rock, and fainted. Then Qiaoran from the 21st century transmigrated over. So, I've transmigrated. He lowered his head and looked at the unfamiliar coarse floral clothes. He, who read novels when bored, suspected he had transmigrated. Although she was an orphan, she was skilled in medicine and martial arts. She was doing well on her own. In the highly developed 21st century, on her own. Why transmigrate? To this miserable ancient time. If I have to transmigrate, why did I have to become an idiot? Shame about her farmhouse, yard with fruits, vegetables, chickens, and ducks. Sighing, Qiaoran resigned herself to the fact that she had transmigrated. She turned her head to look around, searching for her medicine basket. She remembered that her former self was by a cliff and accidentally fell off. She wondered if the medicine basket on her back had been smashed and come with her. Looking around, she didn't see the small bamboo basket's shadow and found a cloth bag. Qiaoran opened the cloth bag, finding only a few changes of clothes inside, a few copper coins, and a piece of unfinished cornbread, some pebbles, small branches, and even the corpses of a few small insects. Sigh. This must be the original owner's cloth bag. Only a fool would treasure stones, branches, and insects. Qiaoran threw away useless things, tied the cloth bag, and slung it over her shoulder. Now that I am here, I might as well live a good life. You are not dead. Quick, come with me to find Yuan Wai. They just left. We should still be able to catch up. Alas, that Yuan Wang is so stingy. He insists that I pushed you off the cliff, preventing his son from marrying a wife. And he forcibly took your mother away on a carriage. He said you are a virgin girl, worth 10 taels of silver. Your mother is so old. She is only worth 5 taels. That is only because your mother bore a few sons. If we take you there, he'll definitely have to give us another 10 taels. When Qiaoran heard that the Yuan Wang had actually taken her mother away, she immediately turned around to leave. She had to quickly save the original owner's real mother. Li Kuihua was afraid that this foolish niece would run away, unable to get that 10 taels of silver. She rushed forward and hugged her leg. Ran Ran, don't run. Follow your second aunt. She'll buy you candy. Get away from me. You! Scream faded and disappeared at the cliff bottom. Qiaoran didn't even glance in that direction. Relying on his herb-digging ability, Qiaoran discerned the direction people left. From the broken grass, before long he saw a carriage, slowly moving ahead. Before approaching the carriage, Qiaoran heard angry cursing from inside.
You beasts! Give me back my daughter! go.
陈师，你省省吧。Shh. The girl is already dead, not me. Li Shi killed her. I advise you to be sensible and bear 2 children for my son. Carry on the Wang family line, and I'll let you go. Let you go reunite with your dead daughter.
You must be crazy. You are the ones who killed my Ran Ran.
And you, Chen Honiang, are still cursing. But her mouth was stuffed with a rag, only able to make whimpering sounds. A cold glint flashed in Chao Ran's eyes as she sped towards the carriage, gathering her chi. She lightly landed on the front carriage. She dragged out 2, who hadn't had time to react. Wang family servants were pulled out. With a flick of her hand, she tossed them towards the 2 trees by the roadside. Then Chao Ran snatched the whip from the coachman's hand. She jumped into the carriage and wrapped the whip around Yuan Wai Wang's neck. Hard tug, cracking sound. Terrified, Yuan Wai Wang's head tilted. He died instantly.
Daughter, is that you? Didn't you fall off the cliff? How did you climb back up?
Mother, it is me. I didn't fall far. I fell on a rock in the cliff. After waking up, I grabbed a vine and climbed back up. Chen Honiang pulled her daughter around, looking her up and down. She found bruises all over her daughter's body, and a bloody gash on her forehead. But the skin on her face and hands is warm.
My poor daughter, it is good that you are okay. It is good that you are okay. If you had died, how could I have lived? It is my fault. I am to blame for not being able to protect you.
Mother, don't be sad. You've protected your daughter well. From now on, let your daughter protect you. Chen Huinyang calmed down. Hearing her daughter's words, she widened her eyes and opened her mouth, looking at the daughter in front of her. Ran Ran, are you really my Ran Ran? Mother, I really am your Ran Ran. Look at the back of my head. There's steel. It is a scar left by my cousin after he broke my head. Ran Ran, what is wrong with you? Mom, I am okay. After I fell off the cliff and hit my head, I vaguely arrived in the underworld. Lord Yama checked the book of life and death for me and said that I accumulated good fortune in my previous life. I could live to be 100 years old in this life. So he sent me back, and he restored my sanity. Huh? Really? Qiao Ran nodded, looked at the sky. Mom, it is getting late. Hurry, rejoin Grandma and the others. Otherwise, if it is dark, there will be wolves. We'll be in danger. My younger brothers and Grandma will also be worried. After hearing her daughter's words, Chen Huinyang also realized that this was not the time for detailed explanations. There on the family escape road, villagers move along the official road. Because she went into the forest to ease herself and discovered Ran Ran was tricked away by Li Kuihua, that she chased after her all the way here. She doesn't know if her mother-in-law and sons have noticed that they've left the group. If they're looking everywhere, go back quickly and prevent family from searching again. It will be very dangerous at night.
Let's hurry back. We can't let them come out looking for us.
Mom, sit tight. I'll drive the cart.
Grandpa Village Chief. Grandpa Village Chief.
My sister is injured. Please come and have a look.
Mom, sister, sister-in-law, Kiwa, Ran Ran.
Qiao Ran stopped the carriage. They ran closer and noticed him. Ran Ran, sister. The 2 ran over in surprise. The 2 were very surprised. Why do they have a carriage? Why is Qiao Ran driving?
Sister-in-law, what is going on? Second, uncle, Xiaodong, come up first.
Let's talk about it when we get back. Qiao looked into the carriage
and asked, Sister-in-law, have you seen Kuihua? She doesn't know where she ran off to.
And she hasn't caught up with everyone this late. Qiao Ran and mother exchanged glances. Chen Huinyang looked at brother-in-law, unsure how to speak. Qiao Ran was thinking about Li Kuihua, wanting to sell herself. Her second uncle and the others definitely don't know, and she doesn't want to go into detail here. Second uncle, I know where second aunt is. Let's go back first, and I'll explain it to you in detail later.
Ran Ran, you are not silly anymore.
Qiao Ran resisted, rolling her eyes. Is this second uncle so straightforward? Is it polite to talk like that? However, since he is an elder, she had to patiently answer. Second uncle, I am not dumb anymore. Let's go back. I am afraid Grandma and the others will worry. But your aunt. Qiao Erhe still wanted to ask about his wife. Qiao Ran directly put him into the carriage and sat him down, stuffing the reins and whip into his hands. Then pulled her younger brother up, and they entered the carriage together. They got in the carriage before she sat. Qiao Ran fell.
Yeah, Dad. Mom, what do we do? Sister is bleeding a lot.
Qiao Dong looked at his sister's face, covered in blood. He panicked, not knowing what to do. Chen Huinyang was also extremely flustered, frantically trying to cover the wound. She urged Qiao Erhe, who was stunned in panic.
Oh dear, hurry up and drive the car. We need to find the old village chief quickly.
Humph. No doctors in the escape group. Only the old village chief knows medicine. He can stop the bleeding and bandage Ran Ran. Oh, Erhe, where did you get the carriage? You. Before old Mrs. Kiao finished, Chen Huinyang lifted the carriage curtain and shouted anxiously. Quickly, go find the old village chief. Ran Ran is injured. Hearing his sister was injured, Xiao Nan ran to the old village chief.
Grandpa Village Chief. Grandpa Village Chief.
My sister is injured. Please come and take a look.
Quickly find some clean gauze, and bring the water bag over here too, to rinse Ran Ran's wound.
Old Mrs. Chow directed the young boys to bring water and gauze. They will be needed soon.
Family of fools. Water is precious. Wasting it on an idiot.
Just trying to save face. A bitter and mean woman. curled her lips and mocked. They looked over. It was Chen Huonyang's sister-in-law.
This isn't foolishness. It is that the people of Qingshui village are humane, unlike some people, as if they're afraid others won't know how cold-blooded and vicious they are, watching their own niece get hurt. Not even bothering to care about her, and still having the nerve to make sarcastic remarks here. Do they even deserve to be called human?
Hey, alright, eldest daughter-in-law. Are you not embarrassed enough already? You should just shut up. Don't waste your breath. Our family's water
Isn't enough for you to squander. Upon hearing her mother-in-law scolding, Chen Lixiu reluctantly shut her mouth, turned her back to the woman from Qingshui village, ignoring her. Chen Liushi's mother-in-law, Chen Liuxunyang the Nyang's mother. Old Madam Chen looked displeased, glaring at the Kiao family before turning away. The people of Qingshui village around them, seeing this scene, they shook their heads and sighed. Chen Huonyang was good, but had such a terrible family. It is said that Xiao Ran was quite clever when she was little and cute, but unfortunately, once, when she went back to her maternal grandmother's house with her mother to help with work, her cousins took her out and brutally smashed the back of her head and left her to freeze in the snow for half a day. By the time Chen Huonyang found her, she was already frozen stiff. After returning, she had a high fever, which damaged her brain. Her beloved daughter was turned into a fool by her maternal family's nephews, but her family blamed Chen Huonyang for not taking care of the child. Chen Huonyang was disheartened by her family and rarely visited them. Chen Huonyang 太不孝了. She was unfilial for getting angry at her family over a useless daughter. They stopped visiting and were so angry that they ignored her, as if they'd given birth to a worthless child. She didn't give him or his children a good look either. Chen Huonyang didn't hear what her family said. Now she only wants to save her daughter. Qiao Nan brought the village chief over to see Qiao Ran's forehead wound.
He was shocked. Ran girl's injury is not light.
The wound is so deep, and she's lost so much blood.
She is really lucky to be alive. At this moment, the unconscious Qiao Ran suddenly felt a blur before her eyes. Focusing her eyes, she realized she had returned to that familiar place. My home, my yard. He actually returned to his farmhouse. Did he transmigrate back again? Or was everything that just happened a dream? Looking down, she saw, in the rippling spring water, a blurry image of herself, though the water's reflection was fragmented. The familiar floral pattern was recognizable at a glance. Looking at her feet again. Ah, damn it! Could it be that I really so transmigrated? Qiao Ran was confused, feeling ravenous. She went to the kitchen. Whether it is a dream or reality, at least I need to fill my stomach first. Qiao Ran's stomach was growling with hunger. He picked a cucumber from the vegetable garden, rinsed it casually in the spring water, and then stuffed it into his mouth for a bite. Just as he was about to chew, suddenly, sister, Qiao Ran opened her eyes and found a dozen people. They were dressed in worn clothes, with dirty faces, while she was lying in Chen Huonyang's arms. So, I really did transmigrate after all. Was that just a dream? Qiao Ran is depressed. Is it a dream? Or is she having a series of dreams? A dream within a dream. However, the pain from her forehead is real, and the faint pain all over her body is reminding her that this time, it might be real. She really has transmigrated. Ah, okay, since I am here, I'll make the best of it.
Sis, how do you have a crown in your hand? Where did you get it?
Qiao Ran couldn't explain. Could she say she had a dream, and then brought something from the dream into reality? Wait, he can bring things out. Is it a dimension? Is it a cheat gift from God for time traveling?
Oh, my head is spinning. Ran, how are you?
Are you feeling unwell anywhere else? Mom, I am okay. I probably just fainted from blood loss. I'll be fine after rest. Okay. If you feel uncomfortable anywhere, you must tell Mom.
Sister, why aren't you stupid anymore?
Everyone except Chen Huonyang is staring at Qiao Ran. Qiao Ran repeated what she told her mother.
Earlier, you fell off a cliff. Why were you running? Around the cliff edge when you were fine.
He had no choice but to explain how Li Kuihua had tricked him into the woods, sell her to Yuan Wai Wang's son, his mother knocked out by Li Kuihua, and how he fell off the cliff, and then climbed back to the top. He told them everything in detail. However, he wasn't honest about what happened after climbing back to the top of the cliff. He only said that after he got to the top of the cliff, he found his mother was gone. He followed the carriage tracks down the mountain and caught up with the carriage near the road. Second uncle, I am sorry. It is my fault that I left second aunt behind. It is not like I asked you to go look for her. I am just afraid you alone can't handle Yuan Wai Wang and his men. They'll snatch me and Mom again.
Sister-in-law Ran, I am sorry. It is all my fault.
I didn't discipline my woman well, and she did such a vicious thing. I am sorry to you and my brother.
Second uncle, don't be like this. It is not your fault. You don't need to blame yourself. Ran is also worried about Ma and his safety. That is why she didn't want you to go back and look for your second wife. You won't blame us, will you?
No, it is that woman bringing it on herself. How could I blame you?
好啦，且请记忆清楚. All hurry and find food to fill your stomachs. Get some rest. We have to get on the road early tomorrow.
Mom, I want to go back and look for her. I don't want the children to lose their mother.
Second son, we'll rest here tonight. If you are worried about your wife, go back along the road and look for her. Ran said by the official road.
Look for her in the woods by the road. Don't go into the deep mountains. It is dangerous at night. Find her or not, you have to be back before dawn. Don't worry us. That wife of yours, I don't think she wants to live with us anymore. If she doesn't come looking for us, don't think about her anymore.
Although old woman Qiao doesn't like Li Kuihua, she's still her son's wife.
Mom, don't worry. I know. I'll follow the official road and look for the intersection Ren mentioned. If I still can't find her, I'll come back. Second, brother, be careful.
Come back if you can't find her. Second, sister-in-law will catch up on her own.
I know. You all take good care of Mom and the children. Especially Ren. Let him rest well. And don't let anything happen to him again.
Qiao Erhe has gone to find his wife. The others are gathered around Qiao Ren. Sis, your cucumber. Suwati stared with bright eyes at the cucumber in her sister's hand.
Probably grabbed a handful unintentionally before fainting.
From the carriage. I just grabbed it. Here. You guys eat. Qiao Dong held a small piece of green cucumber in his hand and swallowed. Sis, you are injured.
You eat it. Sis, you eat it.
Qiao Ren was very touched, but she shook her head.
You guys eat it yourselves. You are still young and need to grow. The road ahead is long. You need to keep your bodies strong.
So, you don't hold us back. Qiao Dong felt like he was almost a grown-up, not wanting to hold them back. She handed her cucumber to Grandma.
Your eldest sister gave it to you. Eat up. Ren is right. You are still young. Eat more, so you can grow. Ren, don't be afraid. With our family, we can overcome any difficulty.
Qiao Ren's nose felt sore. A warmth enveloped her. Ever since her previous life, when she was 18, her grandfather, who she depended on for life, passed away peacefully, lived alone in a small courtyard for 2 years. She farmed wasteland, raised chickens, ducks, pigs, and sheep, and cooked. Even when sick, she used acupuncture, took medicine, and pulled through on her own. Qiao Ren thought of Chen Huinyang, who protected her with her weak body, and this kind old Mrs. Qiao. A warm current surged in her heart, almost moving her to tears.
Thank you, Grandma.
Qiao Ren said as if she were acting spoiled. She held old Mrs. Qiao's hand in her own, actually placing 2 fingers on the old woman's pulse. Then she removed them discreetly, already knowing what to expect. Old Mrs. Qiao's actual age wasn't that old. In this dynasty, girls could get married and have children after their GG ceremony at the age of 15. Therefore, although old Mrs. Qiao had grandchildren, she was just over 50. Labor and lack of self-care aged her face to her 60s or 70s. After Qiao Ren took her pulse, knowing that the old lady only has some chronic illnesses, she doesn't have any major problems, just needs to take medicine and recuperate. She can still live to be 80 or 90 years old, like the elderly in later generations. Therefore, Qiao Ren decided to take good care of her grandmother, health, to help her live a long life, lead the Qiao family through the difficulties,
And prosper. We didn't find water. Famine refugees searched everywhere. Within 100 zhang, no one saw any water. And we only dug up these on the way. Wild vegetables. Many of the grasses have withered. And even wild vegetables are hard to find.
Forget it. Take it to your eldest sister-in-law. Let her mix it with corn flour and dark flour to make a pot of mush. Everyone, just fill your stomachs a bit and get some rest. Let's travel tomorrow and see if we can overtake the famine escape groups ahead. Let's find more food up ahead.
Qiao Ren finished a bowl of palatable rice porridge. That is it. Frowned, watching his third uncle, holding the wild vegetables to his mother. People in these famine years are really suffering. There's not even water, let alone food. If only he could take out the things from his farmhouse courtyard. He wanted to try to get into the courtyard, but there were too many people around. Grandma watched him, afraid of problems. He gave up the idea. Ren. Grandma, this is
What I found on Yuanwai. Please keep it safe. Keep it secret. Have third uncle buy food and water, so everyone can have a good meal tonight.
Mrs. Qiao opened the money bag and was dumbfounded. Saw gleaming silver.
Oh my, so much! Must be dozens of taels.
Grandma, I have many silver notes on me.
Please keep them. Our family won't have to worry about food and clothing in the future. However, the silver notes have to be taken to the city to be exchanged for money. We dress so raggedly now. People will know we're disaster refugees at a glance. Those with wicked intentions are likely to embezzle our silver notes. They might even report us to the authorities, claiming our silver notes were obtained illegally. Let's not use the silver notes.
We'll wait until things settle. Ran, you are the one who got this money. Grandma only needs half of it to support the family. You keep the rest for your dowry later.
Qiao Ren hesitated to decline, but seeing her third uncle return.
She gave up. Ran, I heard you were injured.
Are you feeling better? Having watched romance and palace dramas, Qiao Ren saw through this man's hypocrisy. Ever since she rescued Wang Lusheng from the river, she had fallen in love with him. This man is something. Though mocked, he never rejects the owner. Instead, he pretended to be forced. He also pretended to be nice to the original owner, and swindled her out of a lot of food and supplies. Qiao Ren saw through his intentions, and was angry that the owner was deceived. She vowed revenge on this comment for the owner, and get back what the original owner was cheated out of 10 or 100 times over. My forehead still hurts so much. Grandpa Village Chief said I lost too much blood and need to replenish it. Do you have any food at home? If not, give me money and I'll have my third uncle exchange it with.
长得 wealthy for something delicious. Ren here. I am alone.
So what are you doing here, Ren? Hey, stop! Don't call me Ren anymore.
We're not that close. Yes. Ciao Ren. I also wanted to bring you something good to eat to help you recover. But my family has nothing. I haven't eaten anything all day. I am so hungry. Haven't you noticed I've lost a lot of weight?
Why should I care that you are hungry? I am not your parents, visiting sick without a gift. Is this how educated people behave?
Qiao Ren, what is wrong? Wang Lusheng suddenly couldn't speak, feeling stared at by those clear and bright eyes. It is laughable how my little thoughts have nowhere to hide. He suddenly felt as if his body was covered with thorns. An angry female voice came from behind him.
Qiao Ren, what is wrong with you? How can you talk to Brother Lusheng like that? Brother Lusheng is a scholar. What scholars do is right. How dare you? You idiot! Laugh at a scholar.
Qiao Ren knew Chao Honglian also liked Wang Lusheng and has always disliked the original owner. Looking at Chao Honglian, who looks like a crow but pretends to be a peacock, Chao Ren sneered, wanting to avoid words. He just wanted to drive away these two flies so he could get some rest. But Chao Honglian was clearly unwilling
to let him off easily. You idiot! Haven't you seen that Brother Lusheng has gotten thinner from hunger? You have good food, but you don't get Brother Lusheng.
It is such a waste that Brother Lusheng is so good to you. Qiao Ren was calculating his falling posture when small figures blocked his way.
Bad guy, you are not allowed to bully my sister. Qiao Ren, quickly give the pancake to Brother Lusheng to eat. Lusheng is so good to you, yet you only care about eating good food. Do you have any conscience? It is none of your business. You are vulgar, selfish, and rude. Lusheng, look, how can this idiot who speaks vulgarly be worthy of you? Don't associate with her anymore.
Wang Lusheng felt Qiao Ren was more likable than when she was foolish. And comparing her to Chao Honglian, whose face was twisted like a shrew, she felt Qiao Ren's this calm demeanor
was suited to be the Wang family's mistress.
Honglian. Don't talk about Qiao Ren like that.
I think she is good. What she said is right. This is between her and me.
I hope you don't interfere. Qiao Honglian exploded with anger. What love potion did Qiao Ren give Lusheng? Why does Brother Lusheng defend that fool who is both stupid and vulgar?
Brother Lusheng, how could you say that about me? I am doing this for your own good. Look at him. Not only is he hogging all the food, but who knows where he got such a large carriage? You think a fool like him could rob someone on the road? Or did he do something shady to get this carriage? You are slandering her. My sister didn't do anything. Shameful! If you dare slander my sister again, you'll be sorry. Qiao Ren, tell us quickly, where did you get this carriage? Surely no kind soul would take pity on your foolishness and give it to you.
With Chao Honglian's shouting, the surrounding people were already curious. Where did Qiao Ren get a carriage that only wealthy families can afford? They were just too embarrassed to ask. Hearing Qiao Honglian, everyone looked at Qiao Ren. Seeing everyone looking at her with curiosity, Qiao Ren had to give a reasonable explanation today, or someone will try to take the carriage.
This carriage was given to me by someone else. I saw some people fighting, 10 people against a few. An old man was about to be hacked to death, so I went to heaven and saved him. I drove away those bad guys, and he gave me this carriage. Plus, he gave me some silver coins too.
Hearing this, everyone was envious. No wonder the Chao family is so generous. They can use the silver to trade with Zhang for food and water.
Touch. Full of nonsense. Who are you trying to fool? You saved someone from so many people? Touch. The 傻舅舅 has learned to lie too.
Qiao Ren, called a fool, repeatedly glared, walking towards Chao Honglian step by step.
What do you want to do? Are you ashamed and angry because I reveal the truth? Everyone is watching. Do you dare to hit me?
Qiao Ren walked up to Chao Honglian and reached out without warning, slapped her several times, stunning everyone.
You fool! How dare you hit me?
Touch. Have you forgotten how many times I've hit you before? After saying that, she walked past him, and directly behind him, Qiao Ren walked straight to a large rock not far away. Chao Honglian felt 10 of her couldn't lift that rock, who wasn't much stronger than her. Qiao Ren squatted down directly and reached out to hug the rock. Then she took a few steps forward. She let go and threw the big rock into the bushes beside her. With a muffled thud, the earth seemed to tremble a few times. After throwing the rock, Qiao Ren clapped her hands and walked back calmly.
Don't you dare call me an idiot again, or I'll knock your teeth out.
In Qiao Honglian's horror, Qiao Ren ignored her and Wang Lusheng. She patted heads and said,
Thank you for protecting me. Don't worry, your big sister won't be bullied by 2 weaklings like them. Wow, Sister Zhang is so amazing.
冉冉呀，犯不着跟这种人计较。It is not worth arguing with someone like this.
You are still injured. Don't faint again. Mom, I am fine, really.
小小虎走了过来
And said, Wang boy, do you have anything else to say? If not, go home. It is getting late.
You need to rest well. So, you can travel tomorrow. Nothing. I am going back.
Wang Lushen's voice trembled. He mumbled and went back, out of his mind. Qiao Honglian was struck by Qiao Ren. With several harsh slaps, Lift scurried back to her own home, covering her face. When the people of the second branch of the Qiao family saw Qiao Honglian being beaten, not one of them felt sorry for her. They blamed her for being useless, unable to beat even a fool. What could she do? She had suffered quite a few losses at the hands of that fool before. How could she dare to fight back?
Grandma, my dad's back! What happened? Why are you in such a mess? Dad, why did you come back alone?
Where is my mother? I couldn't find your mother. I went all the way up along the official road. I found the road to the cliff. Ren mentioned. I followed the tracks and saw two unconscious people in the woods near the road. There was also one who had already died on the ground. I didn't dare to look closely and searched everywhere, but I couldn't find your mother. I went all the way up to the edge of that cliff, but I didn't see your mother. I don't know if your mother went back to find your maternal grandma. And then I didn't rush back until it was almost dawn. After Zhao Erhe finished speaking.
长南和陶西都一脸失望. Yang Zhu looked disappointed. Why did mother go to find maternal grandma? Doesn't she want to go with them? At that moment, the villagers had already started on their way, and old cow spoke. Third and fourth, help second.
Onto the carriage. Ren, you and Bayer. Singer, and you get on the carriage too. And third's wife, you are pregnant. Don't exhaust yourself. You get on too. Third, you drive the carriage. Let's hurry and catch up with everyone.
Such a long famine escape, to have a carriage to ride in. How enviable that is. Not far ahead, Qiao Honglian was carrying her 8-year-old brother, Qiao Hongmao, struggling to keep up with the group. Watching a carriage pass by, she looked up and her eyes met Qiao Ren's, looking out from the curtain. Qiao Honglian's eyes were red, glaring at Qiao Ren. Why does this idiot have such luck?
Grandpa, look. That dead girl Qiao Ren got herself a carriage. She doesn't invite you and Grandma to sit. She is unfilial. She doesn't care if the villagers gossip.
Qiao Ren's second grandpa, Qiao Diwang, heard his granddaughter's words. He turned around and glanced at the carriage behind him, feeling a little annoyed, seeing Qiao Ren and younger generation comfortably in carriage, while he, with his old bones, still has to carry things and walk forward. He felt uncomfortable, no matter how. He thought about it, so slowed down and waited for the carriage. Then Qiao Diwang spoke.
Well, girl, when you are so big, how can you be so shameless to sit in the carriage? Didn't you see your second grandpa and grandma are still walking? Get down, quickly! Let your second grandpa sit for a while.
Walk more. Get down. Let your second grandma and you, and your good brother also sit.
The coachman, Qiao Erhe, rolled his eyes when he heard this. But, considering these are elders, it was not appropriate for a junior to argue. He just gently flicked the whip at the horse, driving faster, wanting to get away from this shameless family. However, Qiao Diwang and Huang Shi followed closely. They clamored for Qiao Ren and her siblings to get off, so they could take their seats.
Second grandpa and second grandma, you have long legs and walk faster. Why should my younger brother and sisters and I get off, so you can sit? Oh, Ren.
How can us old folks walk as fast as you children, your second grandma and I, with our old bones, have walked such a long way? We really can't walk anymore. You children are so lively. You should naturally give up your seats to the elderly. Filial piety is natural. Didn't your mother teach you? My mother did teach me.
I originally wanted my grandma to sit up here. My grandma said I am injured and need to rest more. My grandma loves me the most.
It is not that I am not filial. Qiao Diwang chuckled to himself, thinking his sister-in-law was also stupid, refusing to ride the carriage, letting a bunch of kids sit instead, and preferring to walk herself.
Ah, Ren. Your grandma is healthy and likes to walk, but look how much weaker. Your second grandpa is. You should calm down. Let second grandpa sit for a while.
Second grandpa. My grandma is older than you, but healthier. That is because she is always being hardworking, which keeps her in good shape. You and second grandma should learn from my grandma. Walk more, work more, and stretch your muscles and bones, and you'll be healthy.
Ren, no wonder people say you are silly. How can you not understand respecting elders? Your second grandpa and second grandma are such old bones, and still have to walk so hard, sigh. But you are comfortable. Afraid people will judge you, saying your mother doesn't discipline you. Get down, and let me sit here. Otherwise, I'll have the village chief be the judge. Disrespect elders! How are you in the village? Hold your heads up again.
It is my family's carriage. Why should I let you sit? My grandma hasn't even sat. You are all younger than my grandma. What right do you have to sit?
Won't let us old folks sit? Can't ignore your younger brother, right?
Second grandma, 小新小月就5岁, are only 5 years old. How old is Go Dan? He is even older than Xiaoxi. Our Xiaoxi can already walk on his own. Your Go Dan eats and drinks well. He is so strong, but still needs to be carried, mistreating your granddaughter. But how dare you let her ride in my carriage?
Hearing this, Qiao Honglian raised her head and glanced at Qiao Ren. I didn't expect this idiot to actually speak up for me. But he is not grateful at all. This idiot is making excuses for not giving up seats.
What about being 8 years old? He's still younger than you at 8 years old. You are 6 years older than him. You can sit, so why can't your cousin?
Didn't you see that my sister is injured? My sister got this carriage by fighting off the bad guys. Of course, she can sit. Sigh, Grandma, you can also go. Fight off the bad guys and have someone give you a carriage. Then you won't have to walk so hard.
Huang Shi was about to be angered by these little brats to death. How could she, with her old bones, fight off bad guys? These vicious little brats, they wouldn't be trying to send her to her death, would they? Qiao Diwang and Huang Shi were talking when old Mrs. Qiao caught up. Younger brother,
Sister-in-law, see that we have too much stuff on our cart and want to help us carry some of it. Oh no, no need. They're just kids. They don't mind squeezing together.
the villagers who had been following the cart and listening to Qiao Diwang and his wife, couldn't help but burst out laughing. Qiao Diwang and his wife were embarrassed and awkwardly shut their mouths. Qiao Ren thought she'd have peace, but annoying flies still await. Because the Qiao family had a cart, they quickly caught up with people from the neighboring Chen family village.
Hunyang, where did your family get this cart? Why didn't you think of using it to show filial piety to your own parents? Instead, you let irrelevant people ride on it. Who raised you, you unfilial daughter?
Chen Hunyang heard what old Madam Chen said. She wanted to retort, but she moved her lips and ultimately didn't say anything.
The carriage is mine. I am a Qiao. What is your surname? The Qiao family's carriage should of course be used by the Qiao family. You are the outsider.
When old Madam Chen saw that it was this idiot who spoke, she unconsciously took a few steps back, distancing herself from him. She saw it last night. This idiot could lift a large rock that several men couldn't lift together.
Ginyang, I am still your mother. Can you bear to watch me wear out these old bones? Aren't you afraid the villagers will all point fingers at you?
Qiao Ren was speechless. Here we go again. Why are all these threats the same?
Mom, my fists are getting hard. I want to hit someone. What should I do? Hearing the fool's madness flare, old Lady Chen dared not speak. She quickly darted to the side of the road, letting the carriage pass by. Chen Huinyang 感激地看着女儿，她很欣慰 at her daughter gratefully. She was very pleased. Even her formerly foolish daughter knew to protect her. Especially now that her smart daughter has regained her sanity. Although life is hard, with such good children, she feels everything is worth it. The sun is still scorching today. Village chiefs found open roadside space to rest, taking advantage while everyone was still not starting to build stoves. Qiao Ren told her mother she was going into the woods to relieve herself. Ren, let me go with you. No need. Mother, you stay here and watch over little brother. I'll be back soon. Qiao Ren slipped into the woods, hid behind a bush, and recited, I am hungry. He entered his small yard again. Qiao Ren thought for a moment. First, he went to the vegetable garden and dug up a sweet potato. He took the seedlings, a dozen sweet potatoes on the vine, together out of the space. Then she found a thick branch and dug at the ground a few times. Dug a pea, returned with a dozen sweet potatoes.
Shenran, where did you get these sweet potato seedlings?
Mom, I saw this sweet potato over there. So I dug it up. You can use it for lunch. I'll go look for a water source nearby.
Renran, 可是你翅膀，你脑袋受伤，站住啊 Your head is injured, so you should rest here.
Our third uncle, second uncle, and fourth uncle looking for wild vegetables. You stay here and watch our things. Don't let anyone steal them. I'll go find water. Don't worry, my head wound is fine. I feel much better already.
Chen Huinyang and Qiao Shanhu didn't believe it. It had only been one night. How could it heal so quickly?
Mom, why don't you change my dressing first? I think my wound is already healed. I don't even need a bandage.
Ah, Mom, come and look at this.
Chen Huinyang looked at her daughter hesitantly, not understanding how such a strange thing could happen. It has only been a night and a morning. The wound couldn't have healed that quickly.
Quick, wrap it with cloth and put some blood on the cloth. Don't tell anyone about this. Only you and I know, and Ren knows. Understand?
Only after confirming that her daughter was okay, Zheng Wenyang 才同意 agreed to let her daughter go find water.
Sister, let me go with you. You need to stay here and help third uncle. Look after our family's carriage and belongings, and protect grandma and mom. It is no less dangerous here than going into the dense forest. I am enough to find water on my own. I am strong and fast. You might be a burden.
Hearing what their older sister said, the two younger brothers couldn't help but lower their heads in shame. Qiao Ren couldn't be bothered to comfort these two dejected young men. Carrying several water pouches, she went into the woods. Wang Lusheng, watching the Qiao family, saw Qiao Ren enter the woods. He quickly told his parents, grabbed two empty water pouches, and chased after Qiao Ren. He didn't believe that Qiao Ren would suddenly be so indifferent to him. Yesterday, that idiot was trying to cling to him constantly. Only a day had passed. That idiot, who was so infatuated with him, how could he suddenly be so cold to him? Could it be that the idiot was instructed by someone to use a tactic of playing hard to get? Wang Lusheng was a little annoyed. Now, stomach growling, he thought of the half bag of cornmeal at Chao's house, and the water in a few water skins. So he decided to swallow his pride and make peace with him. He's just a fool. It wouldn't hurt to coax him a little. Once they reach their destination for this famine escape and settle down, he won't need that fool anymore. Then he can break off the relationship with him. Wang Lusheng was making his calculations and quietly followed behind Qiao Ren. He followed Qiao Ren zigzagging through woods, but couldn't catch up. Ren, wait for me. I have something to tell you. The figure in front paused slightly, but without any hesitation. Pace quickened. He quickly disappeared from Wang Lusheng's sight. By the time Wang Lusheng panted and ran forward, where could he find Chao Ran's shadow? He looked around, frustrated, but when he wanted to go back, he realized he was too far from the camp and couldn't find his way back. At this time, Chao Ran was already standing by a dry mountain stream. Chao Ran thought for a moment, then entered her own small courtyard space with her mind, filled water pouches with water, and came out of the space. She guided spring water from the courtyard into this mountain stream. With a gurgling sound of water, the spring water from the space did indeed fill a small pit in this pool. Chao Ran had 6 or 7 water pouches filled with water hanging on her body. She returned to the camp in Qingshui village. Seeing his bulging water pouches, everyone asked in surprise where he found the water. Chao Ran then told everyone that she had also found a pool that had not completely dried up, and pointed the way for them. Hey girl, why did you come back alone?
Where is my Lusheng? I went to fetch water alone. So, of course, I came back alone. You are asking me about your Wang Lusheng.
How would I know? Lusheng's going with you to find water. You are back. Where is Lusheng?
I don't know. I didn't see him. That is impossible. He went with you.
What are you doing? Your Lusheng is a grown man. Do you think Ran girl could hide him? Maybe he got lost in the woods himself. Instead of looking for him, what is the point of asking Ran girl?
The one couple saw the old village chief standing up for this idiot. Chao Ran, they didn't dare to argue anymore, and hurried off to find their son.
Sister, you are amazing. You can find so many sweet potatoes. You found water. Our family will never have to worry about drinking water. Sister, do you have magical powers? Anything you want, you can conjure up with a whoosh.
Oh, yeah, sister is a fairy with supreme magical powers, with big sister around.
From now on, we won't have to worry about food and drink anymore. Really? That is great. Big sister, I want to eat a bowl of fragrant white rice. Can I? Do you all want to eat white rice? Yes, we all want to eat white rice. Big and white, fragrant white rice.
Hey, you get on the carriage and wait. I'll conjure up white rice. Surprised, the little ones helped each other onto the carriage.
Big sister will use her magic. Close your eyes and don't peek, okay? Otherwise, my magic will stop working.
Hearing this, the little ones quickly closed their eyes tightly. Seeing they closed their eyes, Chao Ran closed her eyes and focused her mind to enter the space. She quickly took out 4 bowls and scooped the rice from the pot, filling each bowl with a little less than half. Then she found 4 small spoons. She came out of the space with 4 bowls
of rice. Okay, open your eyes. Wow, sister, you conjured up white rice. Sheesh. Everyone be quiet.
And quickly finish your rice. Don't let anyone else know.
This is our little secret. You can't tell anyone. If you do, sister will be taken away by bad guys, and you won't have white rice to eat anymore.
The 4 kids nodded, promising they wouldn't tell anyone. Chao Ran watched her 4 younger siblings hold up their bowls, devouring the white rice they had dreamed of, and felt sorry for these little ones. Sister,
we're full. Okay, then you guys go out first. Sweet potatoes should be cooked soon. If full, don't force it. Okay, you'll get a stomachache.
After the children left the carriage, Chao Ran sent the bowls and chopsticks into the space. Chen Huainyang cooked the sweet potatoes
and called everyone to eat. Xiao Xi, Xiao Bei, Xiao Xing, Xiao Yue. Aren't you hungry? Such delicious sweet potatoes. Why do you all look like you can't eat them?
Daddy, I am not hungry yet. I drank a lot of water just now. Yeah, I drank a lot of water too.
My stomach is full. You little fools. How can drinking water fill you up? Now that is great. When there is good food, you can't eat anything.
The little ones could only giggle foolishly, not daring to tell the truth. They had to agree with their eldest sister and not reveal the secret. They need to protect their eldest sister and not let anyone know she has supernatural powers. Otherwise, their eldest sister will be in danger. If they listen to their eldest sister, they'll have fragrant white rice in the future.
Oh my, Huinyang, where did you get those sweet potatoes from?
It smells so good. How come it smells so much better than the sweet potatoes we used to grow behind that bush over there? It was discovered by my Ren. Wow, how is it that your girl Ren is so lucky? She always stumbles upon good things. Is it really true that fools have fool's luck?
Chen Huinyang was angry and wanted to say that her Ren wasn't foolish, but Chao Ran stopped her. Chao Ran recognized her as a gossipy village aunt who ridiculed the idiot orchard owner. Chao Ran had originally intended to share a small sweet potato with her, but she retracted the thought, repaying grievances and kindness accordingly. She is honest. Near the end of lunch, the one couple helped the weak Wang Lusheng back. After getting lost, Wang Lusheng wandered around the forest for half a day. He was so frightened and hungry that his legs went weak. By the time his parents found him, he was sitting on the ground, unable to move. Wang Lusheng, back to the campsite, was thirsty, hungry, and exhausted. Making matters worse, he smelled sweet potatoes in the air. Seeing the Chao family eating sweet potatoes made his eyes light up. He wanted to pounce like a hungry wolf, but his legs couldn't support his weak body. That night, while resting in the woods by the official road,
the old village chief told everyone, we'll set off early tomorrow. Qingyong City. is not far ahead. Those of you with spare money can go into the city to buy some grain.
We'll have to pay an entrance fee. Let's send one family member, second or third son.
Let me go, Grandma, let me go. I am strong. I can carry more bags of grain.
But Ren, the injury on your head hasn't healed yet. Let your second uncle go. Although I am not as strong as you, I can still carry 2 bags of grain.
Without any problem. Grandma, let me go.
I want to buy some other things too.
All right then. Ran can go too. Second son, go with Ran and buy more grain. Anyway, everyone in the village knows that Ran saved someone, brought back silver, can buy more grain.
No one can say anything. Okay, Mom, I'll take good care of Ran.
The Chow family's campsite is away from the crowds, under a large tree. We don't need to find water today. There are still 2 larger sweet potatoes left from lunch. 陈慧娘打算用来跟 cook sweet potato rice with rice. So Chow Ran didn't take any more food from her dimension. We're going to town to buy grain tomorrow, so the family can have their fill. Chow Ran saw her mother was busy cooking. Third aunt, with her big belly, was helping mom with the cooking. Second uncle went to find wild vegetables. Fourth uncle took Chow Dong and Chow Nan to collect firewood, while Chelsea played with her siblings. Children in farming families don't have many toys. They can play all day, just picking up a few pebbles and twigs from the ground. Chow Ran saw the little ones playing house. Pile of pebbles and twigs. A table full of delicious food. Each of the 4 little ones took a large leaf as a rice bowl. Using 2 twigs as chopsticks, they picked up ginger and scallion chicken, soy-glazed duck, braised pig, trotters and rabbit burgers. They ate with squinted eyes, looking very happy. She also heard Chow Yue saying,
Third brother, you are bad. The bunny is so cute. How can you eat bunny?
Chow Ran chuckled, then felt a pang of sadness. Children are so innocent and kind. She is still hungry herself, yet she is sympathizing with that imaginary bunny.
Ran, take off your shoes. Grandma will mend them for you. Oh dear, poor thing. Your soles are all worn out, aren't they?
Grandma, the light isn't good. At night, you'll hurt your eyes. I'll sew them myself tomorrow.
Grandma's fine. I don't know for decades. I've done under the oil lamp over the decades. Besides, these bonfires are so bright.
Chow Ran couldn't persuade her, so she took off her cloth shoes. Looking at the old lady, who was bending down to mend her shoes, Chow Ran couldn't help but think of her grandfather. He grew up with his grandfather. When young, his grandfather wore reading glasses too, and made cloth shoes for her under the light. Her grandfather's 1,000-layered soles made her feel they were more comfortable than any shoes. Thinking of the several pairs of 1,000-layered sole cloth shoes made by her grandfather in the small courtyard, Chow Ran wanted to wear them. But traveling all day, she didn't want to waste such good shoes. Chow Ran looked around and found that Chow Dong had not returned yet.
Grandma, what is wrong with Chow Dong's legs? Didn't the doctor heal him?
Oh, back then, we had gotten a wife for your third uncle. The family had no money to hire a doctor. Borrowed 3 taels of silver from villagers. Only then did we take Donger to the town clinic, and the doctor helped him set the leg bone. He said that children are healthy and recover quickly. And that he would be fine after resting in bed for half a month. Who knew that after half a month, when Donger got out of bed and walked, he felt that his leg was still unbearably painful. Leg hadn't healed. We let him rest 10 more days, but who knew that after 10 days, it still hurt the same. Over the years, he has been limping along in pain, like this.
Chow Ran frowned when she heard this. He didn't realize that Chow Dong had been enduring such severe pain while walking. When Chow Dong returned, Chow Ran called him over and led him to the side of the carriage, blocking everyone's view.
Sister, do you need me for something? Sit down. Let me take a look at your leg.
Chow Dong didn't ask anything and sat down, listening to his sister. Chow Ran lifted his trouser leg and saw a finger-length scar on his calf. She felt around his leg a few times and already had a good idea of what was going on. Chow Dong's leg bone has been set, but a tendon is twisted, causing him to have a slight pain when walking. Chow Dong, do you trust your sister?
Yeah, sis, I trust you.
Okay, I'll go to the city tomorrow to buy a set of silver needles and start treating your leg tomorrow night. Just a few days of acupuncture, and the pain in your leg will disappear. In 10 days, you'll be able to walk like a normal person and start walking. Chow Dong widened his eyes in shock, because he trusts his eldest sister. But when did his sister learn medicine?
What is wrong? Don't you trust your sister?
Yeah, no, I trust you, sister. She wanted to ask something. Opened her mouth, but didn't ask. Okay, that is good.
Hey, don't tell anyone else yet.
After dinner tomorrow, come with me to a place away from the fire. I'll give you acupuncture, and when your leg is better, we'll give everyone a surprise. Okay, I'll listen to you. Sister.
Those who want to enter the city, line up. It is 10 wen per person.
And an extra 5 wen per volt vehicle. The officer said it cost 10 wen per person to enter the city. You all discuss amongst yourselves who to send. Into the city. Go in together. Don't take too long. Come out after buying.
Sorry for the wait, everyone.
So, they started to discuss.
In fact, many families had already discussed it last night, but they didn't expect the city entry fee to be so expensive. 10 wen.
Village chief. This city entry fee is so expensive, my family doesn't have much money left. Could we select a few to buy grain?
Saving everyone the entry fee? Then, let's discuss it again. and send a few people in to buy food.
After a discussion, some families with more money sent 1 or 2 people into the city themselves, not with the group. The Chow family still decided Zhang Haizhi and Chow Ran would go into the city together. The village chief collected the remaining money from dozens of households, families, to buy food, gave it to Chow Erhe and others entering the city as representatives to buy food for everyone. Chow Ran entered the city. She put her second uncle aside.
Second uncle, you go with them to buy food. I'll buy the family's food. I'll leave the city later. Don't wait for me.
Rena, aren't you coming with us? We don't know the city well. Don't get into any trouble. I won't be able to explain it to your grandma.
And mother. Uncle, how could I get into any trouble?
I am very strong. No one can bully me.
Then, be careful. Leave the city as soon as possible. And we'll meet up outside the city.
Karen nodded and separated from the group.
Erhe, where is Ran girl going? Why aren't you watching her? Aren't you afraid she'll get into trouble?
It is okay. She'll be fine on her own. Let's go buy grain quickly. With so many refugees, I am afraid the grain stores will be sold out.
Hearing this, everyone didn't care where Chow Ran was going. They rushed to the grain store. After separating from her second uncle, Chow Ran bought cloth, shoes for each family member. Then she found a steamed bun shop and bought a dozen hot, large meat buns. After thinking for a moment, she went to the grain store and bought a few empty burlap sacks. The grain store had sold out of grain and was preparing to close. Seeing that someone actually wants to buy nothing, burlap sacks, the shopkeeper told the shop assistant to give him a few burlap sacks, only charging him 15 yuan.
Boss, excuse me, is this flatbed cart for sale? You don't have any grain.
What are you buying burlap sacks and a flatbed cart for? Are you planning to rob a wealthy family?
Sigh, shopkeeper. You flatter me too much. Look at my small frame. Who could I rob? I just want to buy this flatbed cart to carry my younger siblings on the road. As for the burlap sacks, they're for them to sit on, so their butts won't get sore and numb from the bumps.
Business is bad. Sold all grain. Packing to hometown. If you want this cart, take it.
500 cash. Do you want it? Yes. Normally, 500 yuan couldn't buy a flatbed cart. Chow Ran knew the shopkeeper was giving it to him, so he took out 500 yuan. He thanked the shopkeeper, threw the sack onto the flatbed cart, and pushed the cart out the door. Chow Ran pushed the flatbed cart into a very secluded alley, focusing his mind. He entered his dimension and took out 2 bags of rice, flour, 2 pottery jars for oil and salt. He wanted to take all seasonings from the kitchen. For delicious meals, on the Famine escape route, having food is enough to arouse jealousy. If he used seasonings to make the food too delicious and fragrant, I am afraid it will attract jealousy and covetousness from others, so I had to give up. After thinking, I picked up about 20 chicken and duck eggs, packed them in sacks, and put them on the cart. Chow Ran bought grain without spending a penny, and pushed a cart loaded with 3 large bags of grain
Out of the city. Protect. Ran. Grab. Tools. Help. Ran.
The man grabbed poles, hose, knives, and rushed over.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you want to do? Huh? Trying to rob us? Ask a tool in my hand if it agrees.
Do you really think we're dead? I'll break your thieving hands!
When Qingshui village men saw people trying to grab the grain by force, they angrily raised their hoes and carrying poles and smashed them on those people's hands. Protected by everyone, Chow Ran pushed the cart quickly towards Qingshui village. The refugees reluctantly followed for a few steps. However, seeing this group of people was so united, they didn't dare to step forward, watching helplessly as that cart of grain moved away from them.
Hey, Ran girl, how did you buy so much grain?
Weren't the grain shops out of grain?
A man who returned with Chow Erhe was a little curious. They had clearly already been to all the major grain shops in the city and only managed to find a remote little grain shop with great difficulty. They only bought a dozen bags of grain. How could Ran girl still buy so much? The others also looked at Chow Ran with envy. Families shared grain. Each got less than half a bag. But how could Chow Ran buy 3 bags of
Grain all by herself. I went to several grain stores and asked, but they all said they were out of grain. So I came up with a plan. I found a wealthy family and had them sell me these bags of grain. The price was a few coins more expensive per pound than the grain stores selling. These 3 bags of grain cost more than 1 tael extra. When everyone heard that Chow Ran bought grain that was more expensive than theirs, they immediately felt a little more at ease. They admired Chow Ran's cleverness for buying grain from a wealthy family. After envying her, everyone discussed dividing the dozen bags of grain. Hong Lian, do you need something? Aunt, how do you have so much grain? Did Sister Ran steal, rob, or obtain it dishonestly?
Upon hearing this, Chow Ran, she slammed the cleaver she was holding onto the hand cart with a loud bang. Chow Honglian was so scared that she took several steps back.
Chow Honglian, how can a young lady like you say such vicious things? Didn't your parents teach you propriety, justice, integrity, and a sense of shame? Ran is your cousin. Why slander her reputation? Aren't you afraid you won't be able to marry in the future with such a big mouth?
Chow Honglian 没想到 didn't expect his aunt to be so terrifying when angry. Tightness in his chest, but also feared Chen Hui, Nyang's kitchen knife, hand. Moreover, everyone from the Kiao family's main branch
glared at him. Chow Honglian, it seems you didn't take my last warning to heart. Do you not want these teeth anymore? Or is it your tongue you are tired of? What? What do you want to do? Didn't say anything. Bullying a small child. Shameless.
Leaving these words, the frightened Chao Hunglian panicked, ran away, afraid that idiot would rush up and hit him. Flies gone. Kiao family moved grain from cart to carriage. Too many refugees. Grain is conspicuous. It is safer to hide it in the carriage. As for the children, they were all held on the flatbed cart. 2 seats left, one for pregnant Lin Guizhen. The seat was for old Mrs. Chao and Chen Hunyang, and Chao ran to take turns under a chanaberry tree not far from the Kiao family of people. Widow Zhao hugged her listless, starving child and wiped away tears. This scene was spotted by the shopkeep. Kiao ran disgusted with her grandmother and took out a bag of rice. They gave it to several households who couldn't afford to buy food, to the families of widows who raised children after their husbands died. All the families were grateful for the Chao family's generosity. Widow Zhao put her son to kneel, kowtowing to Chao Ran. Chao Ran helped her up, seeing the little boy so hungry. He was skin and bones, helping Widow Zhao sit. She slipped sugar into her hand.
Sister Zhao, this is brown sugar I bought in the city for my third aunt. You and Xiao Niu can use it. Make some brown sugar water to drink. You look terrible. If you don't take care of yourselves, you won't make it to your destination. Xiao Niu is still young. He can't live without you. You both need to take good care of yourselves.
Widow Zhao's tears welled up again, and she tried to kneel down to Qiao Ran again. Qiao Ran stopped her.
Don't attract attention. Quickly put the brown sugar away.
After speaking, she turned and left. Widow Zhao hid the brown sugar in her sleeve, and bowed deeply in Qiao Ran's direction. The ones saw Qiao Ran distributing the grain to the villagers, and thought she would give some to them too. They waited blankly for a long time. Qiao Ran didn't come to deliver grain to them. Helpless, they had to take the initiative to come to her door.
Girl, your family has so much grain. Can you spare some for us? My family hasn't eaten a grain of rice for days. Look, your brother Lu Shang has lost so much weight. Can you bear to watch him starve?
Whether you have food or not, and whether you are hungry, what does it have to do with my sister? What relationship do you want? Have with us, Kiaos! Get out! Don't disturb my sister here! What a fickle woman!
She was all over my Lu Shang just yesterday, and now she's changed her tune so quickly. Could it be some pretty boy has bewitched her, and she has abandoned my Lu Shang? Or maybe she's possessed and changed her personality. My Lu Shang is so miserable
to be fancied by a fool like you, Xiao Dong. Don't bother with people like that, lest they find fault and affect your reputation. Cease. I am not afraid. Those 2 old geezers are slandering you like this. I want to beat them up to vent my anger for you. Alright, don't be angry. With people like that, it is not worth getting upset. People can say what they want, as long as we have a clear conscience. One day, they will pay the price for their loose tongues. Come here. Come and see what I bought for you. Your sister bought you cloth shoes. Put them on quickly. That pair of yours is already so worn out. You can't wear them. Hurry up and take them off and throw them away. Sis, I can still wear these shoes. No need to waste money on me. You should save the money to buy yourself more clothes and socks. And also save some for your dowry. I will also work hard to save a dowry for you, so you can marry a good man in style, and never have to live such a hard life again. Just take it. Stop arguing. Your sister doesn't want to marry. She just wants to stay with mother for the rest of her life.
What?
Are you trying to kick your sister out? Sister, don't get me wrong. That is not what I meant. Of course, I don't want you to leave us and live in another family's home. But Mom said men should marry when they are of age, and women should marry when they are of age. You will marry into another family. Unmarried old maids will be laughed at by the villagers. I don't want you to be laughed at. Alright, it is not even on the horizon yet. Why are you thinking so much? I bought a pair of these shoes for everyone in the family. Everyone's been having a hard time on the road, with blisters on their feet. Comfortable shoes will make you feel better. Put them on quickly. Don't overthink it. Our family has plenty of money now.
Ren, don't waste money on us. A little walking is fine for us. Keep this money for yourself, and buy some girly things.
Second, third, fourth, uncle. You are our family's core members, pillars. You've worked the hardest on this journey. Wear a pair of new cloth shoes. It is only right that. Don't worry about the money. I can earn more money in the future. The most important thing for us now is not to delay our journey. As for the rest, after settling down in the future, it is not too late to work hard to earn money.
Ren feels sorry for you all. Just remember this kindness in your hearts. In the future, you must protect Ren well, and not let her be bullied by outsiders.
The 3 uncles, including one aunt, nodded solemnly. Such a good niece. Of course, they will take good care of her.
Auntie is pregnant. Travel is hard. Auntie and baby are suffering. From now on, give Auntie 2 eggs every day. Have her drink some brown sugar water to nourish her body. Auntie, you are too thin. I am worried the baby may not be getting enough nutrition, so you need to eat well. You can also fatten him up a bit, so he will be easier to raise in the future.
Right.
Ren, thank you for
being so kind to third aunt, but I am not working hard now. The carriage you got lets me sit in it every day. I don't have to rush so hard, and I'll recover my health soon. You all work so hard walking. You should have these eggs and brown sugar.
Third aunt, please don't be so polite. I am as strong as an ox. Walking this little bit is nothing. You and the baby in your belly
are more important. Lin Guizhen was about to speak, but Granny Chao, watching the scene, spoke up.
All right, this is all Ran's good intention. Don't refuse. Just remember Ran's kindness, and repay her well in the future.
Everyone swallowed back the words, silently remembering. Qiao Ren's kindness to them in their hearts. The next day, walking, the sound of rapid hooves came from the back, followed by successive screams and the sound of people shouting, and whips lashing against bodies. Qiao Ren turned her head and saw 2 carriages crashing through the crowd, heading straight towards their carriage. Carriages decorated with large white flowers, as if for a funeral. Qiao Ren's eyelids twitched, and she quickly told her second uncle to drive the carriage to the side of the road, while she stopped and stood her ground, facing the oncoming carriage. Ren, get out of the way! Qiao Ren planted her feet firmly on the ground, facing the speeding carriage. The carriage, rushing in front, quickly approached, only to see Qiao Ren move her foot slightly to the side, letting the horse pulling the carriage rush past where she was standing. And she quickly reached out and yanked the reins on the horse's neck. The horse let out a long neigh. The horse's hooves stopped abruptly, throwing the carriage into chaos. Screams and groans
of pain came from inside the carriage.
Ouch! Oh, which son of a bitch is blind? I'll kill him!
Ouch! Ren, how are you? Are you hurt? Was it you blind fools who blocked my family's path, startled my horse, and caused my family to get hurt? You wretched commoners! Dirty peasants!
Blind fools! This lady will not spare you! What are you standing there for?
Quick! Beat this bitch! To death with clubs for me, bitch!
The guards who had originally rushed over hesitated in fear. However, they exchanged a look, and under their master's urging, they charged forward, and the Qiao family rushed over. Protecting Qiao Ren's side, Qiao Ren kicked the guard, who was rushing in the front, in the knee. The guard fell to the ground, clutching his knee and rolling around. 3 guards and the coachman fought with the Qiao family. Qiao Ren saw her family protecting her. She grabbed the wrist of the guard, waving his fist towards Qiao Dong. Qiao Ren threw the person up like a sandbag, directly smashing him onto another guard, who was fighting with Qiao Er. The last remaining coachman was surrounded and beaten by the young men of the Qiao family. They beat him until he cried, and the village chief ran over with people. Villagers with injured family members rushed up, punching and kicking this family and servants.
Uncles, elders, spare me. I am a child. This isn't my fault. My aunt is just a concubine, and I am just an illegitimate daughter, born to a concubine. We are all pitiful people. It was my grandmother who gave the order. And my mother. If you want to kill them. Please, everyone, spare me and my aunt.
You little bitch. As cheap as your aunt. How dare you be disrespectful to grandmother? I'll beat you to death.
Wang Fuhai, are you still standing there like a dead man? Can't you see that Shanna and I are about to be beaten to death? Don't you care about your own daughter?
Oh, mother.
Don't listen to this bitch's nonsense. She has been beaten silly, and is talking nonsense. I have nothing to do with this bitch. Nor with Shanner. You, bitch.
You actually committed adultery with my son's younger half-brother, behind his back, and even gave birth to such a bastard girl. My cousin and I were in love with each other, and we were already engaged. But it was your son, Wang Fubi, who took into my beauty and insisted on snatching me away to be his concubine. I could have been my cousin's wife. Who would want to be a concubine? Your family used your dirty money to make my parents sell me. I hate you all. Your useless son, being incapable himself, tortured me every night, blamed for not conceiving. I had to have a child with my cousin. To prove that, it is not that I can't give birth. It is clearly your son who is useless.
Hearing her call her son useless, the old woman was so angry. Her blood rushed to her head. She grabbed a rock from the ground and smashed it at the woman's head. The middle-aged man finally couldn't bear it. He stepped forward, pushed away. The old woman attacking with rocks, and pulls the young woman up. My son just died.
Embracing each other. Oh, and this lowly bastard. I will beat you to death to atone for my son in the underworld.
I am not a bastard. I am not a bastard. I am Daddy's own daughter.
The young man who had been sitting quietly on the other side suddenly saw the Qiao family's carriage. He pointed and shouted, "Car! Daddy's carriage! I want Daddy!" Suddenly, remembering, he rushed to his carriage and actually dragged a corpse out of the carriage. Qiao Ren's pupils shrank, and he recognized that corpse, who had been strangled to death with a rope, was Yuan Wai Wang. So this family is actually Yuan Wai Wang's people.
Where did you get this carriage from? Did you kill my Geyer? You murderers who kill for money.
Give me back my husband's life. Upon hearing this, the villagers all looked at the Qiao family with strange expressions. The Qiao family didn't expect this turn of events either. They looked at Qiao Ren helplessly for a moment, but Qiao Dong puffed out his chest. Defending Qiao Ren, he said, "You are talking nonsense. My sister didn't kill anyone for money.
Someone gave this carriage to my sister.
That is right. My Ren saved someone, and they gave it to her. Nonsense. My husband was murdered. The carriage is gone, and the money bag he had on him is gone too. You are the ones who killed my husband, robbed my money and carriage. I am going to sue you in court and demand that you pay for my husband's life." Sue in court? In this wilderness? Where to find an official?
You say this carriage is yours. Where is the proof? Look at our carriage. Where is it similar to yours? I saved a gentleman from the city, and he gave me this carriage. You insisted it's yours. How come? Are you trying to extort us? You injured and killed people. And instead of compensating them quickly, you are making trouble, extorting our carriage. Where did you bandits come from? Are you taking advantage of the fact that there are no government officials to control you on this famine escape road? To be so unscrupulous?
What do you take us villagers for? Qiao Ren's words made the villagers, either angry or sad, look towards their origin. Seeing the mess on the ground, thinking of their brutal and cold-blooded nature, they immediately believed Qiao Ren's words.
And scolded the Wang family. That is right. You bastards, who don't value human life. Instead of compensating for the injuries, you even want to extort money for the carriage. Where did these bandits come from? Do you really think no one can do anything to you? Folks, let's go. Let's avenge those who were injured and killed.
Executioners, you returned my mother's life. Give me back my brother's leg. You bad people. You bastards.
The crowd, filled with indignation, punched and kicked the Wang family and their servants, who screamed. Finally, several village chiefs stepped forward, persuaded angry crowd to disperse, rescuing the Wang family and the servants beaten half to death. The village chiefs, disgusted, who had been beaten within an inch of their lives, the dozen or so people on the side of the road, searching them for all their silver and valuables, they took out their 2 carriages and all the supplies on them, compensated according to the number of people hit and the severity of their injuries. The family of the old woman who was killed received 10 taels of silver compensation. Injured people were compensated with 2 to 8 taels of silver, depending on injury severity. The 2 carriages were then used for the injured to ride in. A dozen injured people crowded into the 2 carriages, helped dig pit, and laid killed old woman to rest. The old woman's family buried her and continued with the group. When they stopped to rest in the evening, injured people in the carriages were helped out by relatives. The Qingshui village chief, some villagers from a few villages who knew herbal medicine helped. However, limited skills and few materials facing these dozen injured people. They were also helpless and could only perform simple bandaging. Listening to the painful groans, especially seeing the child whose leg was broken, Qiao Ren couldn't bear it. Qiao Ren went into the woods, wanting to find some herbs to heal the injuries. It was dark, beside the road, and it is not a deep mountain, so finding herbs isn't easy. Helplessly, she looked around and entered her own special courtyard. Qiao Ren came out of the woods, holding 2 handfuls of herbs, and walked towards the village chief.
Village chief Grandpa, these are some herbs.
For treating injuries that I found in the woods. Ren, girl, when did you learn medicine?
Picked up a book by the roadside a couple of days ago. I don't even know what book it is. Then, didn't I hurt my head? The day before yesterday, when I was unconscious, I felt myself floating slowly to a place surrounded by clouds. An old man with a white beard gave me a book, exactly like the one I picked up. Then I realized it was a medical book. The old man taught me medicine, and more. I stayed in that place for several years. When I woke up, I realized I had been unconscious for a short while. I don't know why it is like this. It is like I was dreaming, and time passed very quickly in the dream. The medical skills and knowledge I learned remained in my mind. Don't you think it is strange?
The old village chief couldn't help but widen his small eyes when he heard this.
Ran girl, lucky in your foolishness.
An old immortal accepted you as a disciple?
Grandpa village chief, are these herbs usable?
The old village chief and several villagers, with some knowledge of medicine, looked at the 2 kinds of herbs that Qiao Ren brought over, and recognized that these were indeed for treating internal and external injuries. Usually, when they get injured, in the mountains, they also pick these herbs for their own use. There are no real doctors here. It is hard to find herbs right away. And who knows how far away the next town is. These herbs that Qiao Ren gave can be said to be a great help.
Qiao Ren, do you know medicine? How is my brother's leg?
Can it still be cured? Qiao Ren saw Qian Daya. She just had Gigi this year, and is 1 year older. The injured boy is called Qing Shitu. He is the same age as Chao Dong, only 12 years old this year. Their parents are honest farmers and their family is in poor condition. But they don't favor boys over girls, and the siblings have a good relationship. Moreover, these 2 siblings used to be nice to Qiao Ren and Qiao Dong. They didn't laugh at Qiao Ren or Qiao Dong. Sometimes they would even help them. Their parents were kind and secretly gave Qiao Ren some food. This is why Qiao Ren is willing to come. She wants to help Jian Shi to heal his leg.
The kneecap is dislocated, and the bones in the lower leg are somewhat fractured. I'll reset the dislocated bone first, and then give him acupuncture with silver needles every day. Tomorrow, I'll find some herbs that help bone growth for him. He should recover almost completely after drinking it for half a month. Really? Can my leg really recover?
冉冉，您说的是真楚呀。
My brother's legs. Is it really possible to walk again? Please, help him treat it. Even if it can't be cured, it would be good to alleviate his pain. I beg you. Do you really believe me? Yes, we all believe you. Please save Shitu. Sister Ran, we all believe in you. Please help me. Heal my legs. No matter how painful it is, I can endure it. In the future, I will definitely repay you like an ox or a horse. It is good that you believe me. I don't need you to work like an ox or a horse to repay me. Just be filial to your parents in the future. I treated your leg. I hope you won't tell anyone to avoid trouble. Okay. We will. Definitely keep it a secret. Uncle Daniel, find a stick
or claws for Shitu to bite on. Shitu,
I'll later set your dislocated bone back into place. But it will be very painful. You must bear it. Yes, I can bear it. Sister Ren, thank you.
you are welcome. It is just a small favor. The Qian family understands this great kindness and must remember it. Chen Daniu quickly found a piece of cloth for Shitu to bite on. When Qiao Ren saw that they were ready, under the nervous gazes of several people, her hands slowly explored Qiao Shitu's knees. Then, with a soft cracking sound, Qian Shitou从嘴里, large beads of sweat streamed down his face. But then, the expression on his face was not as painful as before. Sister Shen, I feel better.
It doesn't hurt as much as before. You are great. Very brave. I'll give you another acupuncture, and you'll feel better. I will come to give you acupuncture every night from now on. Sister Dia, please make excuses to invite me out at night from now on. Okay, thank you.
Ren. Qiao Ren smiled and took out a small needle kit from her sleeve. A row of silver needles shimmered in the firelight. The four of them stared wide-eyed as she picked up the silver needles one by one and quickly inserted them into Stone's cough.
Does it hurt? Compared to the pain of my broken leg, it doesn't hurt at all. It just feels a little sore and numb. Okay, after I finish giving you the acupuncture, drink herbal medicine tonight. Rest
and feel much better tomorrow. After finishing the acupuncture, Tang Ren quietly returned to her own camp. Ren, where did you go?
Gathered herbs for the injured. When did you learn to identify herbs?
Qiao Ren decided to tell her family about her medical skills for their support. So she sat next to Grandma Qiao and said to the others,
Mom, second uncle, third aunt, fourth uncle. Come over here.
I have something to tell you all. Everyone gathered around curiously. Qiao Ren then repeated what she had just told the village chief to everyone.
This medical book my master gave me. Medical skills taught by my master.
This medical book was left to him by my grandfather in my previous life. Ancient medical book. Written in ancient characters. Qiao Ren went into the city last time to buy food and noticed the traditional characters on shop signs similar to those in the ancient medical book. He took out an ancient medical book from his courtyard, preparing to use it as an excuse for knowing medicine. The Qiao family looked at the one medical book in Qiao Ren's hand and were pleasantly surprised. Fools often have good fortune.
It is indeed true. Thank you for taking such good care of our Ren. The Qiao family is grateful and will do more good deeds. Accumulate merits to repay heaven's kindness to the Qiao family.
Everyone followed the old Mrs. Qiao and bowed to the sky. As the Qiao family was grateful, a discordant voice came. Not far from Qiao Ren and the others were Qiao Diwang's family. At this moment, whose aunt was injured by the carriage, Qiao Hongguyan, was throwing a tantrum.
I won't drink it. How could that idiot Qiao Ren know anything about medicine? The herbs she found might be poison. I don't trust her.
Drink it or not, it is your fault if you die of pain. You good for nothing. This isn't about not trusting that dead girl Qiao Ren. Being lazy, huh? Injured arm means no work. No carrying your brother. Dream on. Golden was injured because you were a burden. Tomorrow, you'll still be carrying your younger brother. On the road, I brew the medicine for you, but you refuse to drink it.
Don't blame others if this arm becomes useless. Qiao Hongguyan felt extremely aggrieved. The whole family only cares about her younger brother, who suffered a minor injury. No one cares about her, more seriously injured, squatting on the ground, crying until her eyes were red and swollen. She waited for her emotions to settle down. She looked at her aunt with resentment in her eyes. Why are we both named Qiao, but idiot Qiao Ren gets family's love, but disliked by the family? Why not born into aunt's family? Why isn't she the one who is doted on? Why does that idiot Qiao Ren live better than her? She is not convinced. She is not reconciled. She wants Qiao Ren to lose everyone's love and live worse than her, not living as well as a dog. Qiao Ren had no idea she was being targeted again. Surrounded by her family, she was showered with praise, saying she was lucky, blessed by the old gods. She'll be lucky, 肯定能够随 turn luck into good, and have great fortune. The Qiao family was lucky today. None of the dozen family members were injured in the incident. They felt that they were benefiting from Qiao Ren's good fortune. They were taken care of by the old gods, so they wanted to give back. The Qiao family helped injured families and cared for the patients. They even sent their families grain to them. Seeing how generous the Qiao family was, the Wang Lusheng family, the Chen old lady's family, and the second branch of the Qiao family looked on, again feeling envious, their eyes red with jealousy. These spendthrift fools!
They don't give such precious food and water to this old woman, but give it all to outsiders. They're truly ungrateful wretches who can't distinguish between family and strangers.
Mother, look at them helping injured families and giving food. Our Lian, Ya Tu, and Go Den are also injured. Why don't they come to see them? They don't even bring any food. This is too much. Isn't this clearly making you lose face?
Instigated by her granddaughters and two daughters-in-law, Granny Huang, like a mad cow, with a firecracker lit on its tail, stomped right up to Qiao Ren.
Qiao Ren, motherless bastard. Ingrate who favors outsiders. You have so much grain, you can't finish it. But you don't think to give some to your second grandpa and grandma. Your cousins were also hurt, and you don't even offer grain. Instead, you give it all to outsiders. You are such an idiot with shit for brains. Huang is scolding my eldest granddaughter. Do you think I am dead? How dare you scold my granddaughter? Your mouth is so filthy. I'll smash you. With your mouth, full of stinky shit. Second aunt, I call you that, out of respect for your seniority. It is not because we respect you. And you are not worthy of our respect. Take care of your family. Don't interfere with ours. My mother-in-law is still here. It is said that the eldest sister-in-law is like a mother. Have you ever respected your eldest sister-in-law? You yourself are uncultured, disrespectful to elders, and still have the nerve to scold people. Ren got a grain. She can give it to whoever she wants. It is none of your business. If Ren hadn't stopped those 2 runaway carriages, even if your whole family had been killed, you wouldn't have gotten
a single copper coin in compensation. The villagers of Qingxi village all heard what Huang Shi said. After Granny Chow, everyone gathered around, glared at Huang Shi. Huang Shi is ungrateful, but we all remember Chow Ren's kindness. Huang Shi, what nonsense are you?
Spouting again! What right do you have to scold Ran Yato?
Did you give birth to Ran Yato? Or did you raise her?
She is not even from your branch of the family. What does it matter to you that she shares her grain with the needy villagers? If you cause trouble, I'll drive your family out of Kingshui village. Go wherever you want. Just don't stay with us.
Then, it is not my problem anymore. The villagers also show their approval. Huang Shi is a troublemaker, taking advantage, and stirring up trouble. Sometimes her hands aren't clean either, and she is always arguing, even when she is wrong. The best at making trouble. Who in the village doesn't hate her? Chow Yuan couldn't hold back when he heard the village chief was going to take his entire family away, kick his family out of the group. He couldn't hold back anymore.
You ungrateful idiot! I am not dead yet. It is not your turn to run this family. Stop embarrassing us and dragging the whole family down. Get back inside. If you dare come out here and cause trouble again, I'll divorce you, village chief. I am sorry. My old woman is just confused. You can't kick our whole family out because of what she did. In these chaotic times, kicking us out of the group, that is as good as sending us to our deaths.
You can't do that.
Diwa, don't think I can't see through you. Huang's unreasonable behavior hasn't just been happening for a day or two. She's targeted your elder brother's family more than once or twice. Are you blind or deaf? You don't discipline your wife, letting her bully people. Now you are panicking. I am giving you a serious warning. Starting from today, if you don't properly control that wife of yours, and she comes out, biting people randomly, affecting the unity, I won't care about being fellow villagers anymore. Next time, you'll pack your things
And get out of Jingshui village. Oh, yes.
Village chief, please rest assured, I will definitely keep that old woman in check and won't let her embarrass herself again at this moment. Chow Diwang
looked respectful in front of the village chief. He cursed the old village chief and the entire Chow family.
Don't take it to heart, girl. They don't treat Huang Shi as a person.
But we all remember your kindness. We won't be ungrateful.
Don't worry. I will keep an eye on them in the future.
And won't let anyone bully you again.
Grandpa Village Chief, thank you. I won't care.
I only care about who are good to me.
That is good. Everyone, let's disperse.
Go back to rest. We'll continue on our journey tomorrow.
Brother, there are several people sleeping outside. Their baggage seems to be all on the carriage, and there are 4 children sleeping inside. What if we wake them up, and they scream and wake others? Then, let's go all the way, and smother those little brats to death first. Let's each take one. Be quiet, and don't wake the adults. This isn't good. They're still children. Nonsense. You weren't born yesterday. Sympathize with them. Your wife and children starve. What about the kids? Didn't you see that their family looks very rich? Robbing this family will be enough for us to eat well for a while.
Then, they quietly bypassed the people lying on the ground and tiptoed straight towards the carriage. When the Qiao family sleeps, they form a circle around the carriage. Qiao Er and his 3 brothers, Qiao Dong and Qiao Nan, slept on the outer perimeter. Qiao Ren, her grandmother and mother, her 3rd aunt, slept next to the carriage. While the carriage was for the 4 little ones, usually the 3 Qiao brothers would always leave one person to keep watch at night. After fighting Yuan Waiwang's family, they were exhausted. Who was supposed to keep watch? In the second half of the night, Xiao Sihai accidentally fell asleep. As a result, others had already reached the carriage, and they were completely unaware. A vagrant's lust was aroused, and he quietly moved towards Qiao Ren. He crouched down, reaching out to touch Qiao Ren's face. Just as Zhang San's hand was less than 2 inches from Qiao Ren's face, Qiao Ren suddenly opened her big, bright eyes. Ah! The scream startled the 3 Liu Mings, making their hands tremble. They quickly stopped and looked over here. Qiao Ren stood up from the ground, stepped on Zhang San's right knee, and ground it hard. With the sound of cracking bones, Zhang San let out a blood-curdling scream. Everyone was awakened, and frantically searched around. The other 3 Liu Mings, exposed, lost ferocity, and ran towards the dense forest. Qiao Ren's stones flew and hit who were about to reach the woods. The knees of the Liu Mings, the 3 Liu Mings all knelt on the ground with a thud. Qiao Er and the others quickly grabbed the sticks at hand and ran forward and started beating the 3 Liu Mings who were still trying to crawl into the forest relentlessly.
What happened? Village chief. These refugees stole our things. Even tried to smother Xiaobei to death.
When Chen Hunyang and Lin Guizhen heard that these bad guys wanted to kill their children, they were so angry that they wanted to rush forward and tear these bastards apart. Zhao Xianhu, afraid that his wife would get upset and harm the baby, quickly held her back. He tried to persuade and comfort her for a while, but still couldn't stop her. He simply handed her a stick to vent her anger. Chen Hunyang grabbed a rolling pin and started hitting the 3 refugees.
Village chief! Why don't we just beat these heartless beasts to death? Otherwise, they will harm
other people in the future.
Yes, we can't let such a menace stay.
Who knows? One day, they might come and steal our grain.
If Renren hadn't discovered them early, these kids, like Xiaobei,
Would have been murdered. They're so cruel.
These beasts, worse than pigs and dogs. Waste of food. Beat them to death and throw them to the wolves.
The 4 vagrants were terrified, even though they could kill. When they heard others wanted to kill them, they weren't fearless, so how could they be unafraid? Ignoring the pain in their bodies, the 4 struggled to get up. They knelt on the ground and kowtowed
repeatedly to everyone. I beg you, please, please let us go.
We are also forced to do this. We have elderly parents and young children to support.
Our family is about to starve.
We came to steal for our families.
Please forgive us. Our wives, children, and parents are all waiting for us to return. If we die, they will be helpless and starve to death. We're honest farmers, driven to this by the famine. Our families have run out of food. The children are too hungry to even cry. The elders wanted to hang themselves to leave food for the children. We can't abandon our families.
Please, let them go. They will turn over a new leaf.
What? Your family's lives matter, but not other families. You steal grain, but you also try to take lives. If we let you go, won't others suffer from your misdeeds?
That is right. You bastards, stealing grain is one thing. You thought about harming people, even an innocent child. You are worse than animals. If we don't beat you to death.
Aren't we leaving trouble for others?
Ah, no. We won't dare anymore.
We really won't dare next time. I beg you.
Spare us, brothers, I admit.
I won't dare anymore.
As the 4 chiefs hesitated to drag them into the woods and beat them to death, several people squeezed out from the crowd and knelt in front of the village chiefs.
Are you the village chief? I beg you to spare my husband. He stole because he couldn't bear to see women and children starving. I beg you to spare them for the sake of our elders and children. They are the pillars and backbone of our families. If they die, the rest of us, old and young, on this peach blossom road, won't be able to survive.
I, an old woman, also beg you
to spare these children.
If you want to kill someone, kill me. I am useless alive and a burden to my family.
I don't want to leave anymore. Come on, hit me on the head. Cut my neck. Kill me.
Several women and 2 other old women followed suit, pointing to their heads, telling Qiao Erhe and the others to hit them on the head, pleading with the village chief to release the 4 drifters. Their roguelike behavior left Qiao Erhe and the other men at a loss. Seeing this, Qiao Ren snorted coldly. She coldly snorted, then snatched the stick from her second uncle's hand, and without a word, directly struck a woman's head. The woman looked in disbelief at the little girl who had attacked her.
Xiao Ran, how can you be so vicious? They are also poor famine escaped refugees just like us. How can you hit them? I am vicious, and they're pitiful, so they shouldn't be hit. Then tell me, what should I do? Release these villains who intend to harm people, or should we give them the grain and money? Feed these poor people, and let our own family go hungry.
Xiao Honglian walked over, facing the gazes of the crowd. The woman who had been knocked to the ground, she helped up by Qiao Ren.
Sister, are you in pain? My cousin is not right in the head. She hits people when crazy. I am her cousin. Don't worry. I'll get justice for you later.
Thank you. Thank you. You are a beautiful and kind-hearted girl. Thank you for upholding justice. Thank you for speaking up for us.
Xiao Honglian couldn't help but grin. Nodding with satisfaction, she raised her head and looked at Qiao Ren again.
Qiao Ren, they say saving a life is better than building a 7-story pagoda. They just wanted to steal a little grain from your family to feed their families. What is wrong with that? Your family has grain. What is wrong with sharing with these poor people? Didn't hurt your family. Why label them villains? Forgiveness is divine. Why be so cruel?
After speaking, Qiao Honglian also turned her gaze towards the crowd, finding Wang Lusheng looking proud. Look, she is much better than that idiot Qiao Ran. Not only is she beautiful and kind-hearted, but she can also like scholars. She is more suitable as a scholar's wife than violent Qiao Ran, who hits people. Now, Lu Shangge will definitely choose me. He wouldn't want Qiao Ran. That barbaric idiot. Would he?
Don't pretend if you have no skills.
You said share my grain with these thugs. You have grain. Share it with families who have no grain. I discovered them in time. They failed. And I saved Bear and the others. Does that erase the fact that these thugs tried to kill and rob? Letting off the wicked is harming the good. Don't you understand that? But they didn't steal my grain. If they wanted my grain, I would give it to them. I am not as heartless as you. They wanted to harm Xiaobei and the others. That is just what you said. No one else saw it. You are making things up. And slandering good people. Good people. Okay, it seems you, Xiao Hongling, are determined to be this good person today. All right, you pity them. Then go get your family's grain and give it to them now. You, hurry up and thank this good person. As long as she gives you her family's grain, I will release all of you. Ah, thank you, lady. Lady, you are truly the best person in the world. I am not. Xiao Honglian was dumbfounded by this. This isn't how things were supposed to go. After her impassioned speech, isn't Qiao Ren despised and forced to take out the family's grain to give to others, and she receives everyone's praise, becoming a kind and beautiful person? Why did Qiao Ren's one sentence make Xiao Honglian give grain to others? I have no say in my family. How could I take out grain to give to others? Wouldn't my grandparents beat me to death? My family doesn't have grain, and I don't have the right to take grain to give to others. My grandparents are in charge of my family. I can't help others even if I want to. Qiao Ren, your family is so good to you. They all listen to you. You can definitely decide to take out grain to give to others. Hurry and give your family's grain to them, and let these poor people go. Humph. Xiao Honglian, you gay我不知道你干什么。What you are up to? That trick won't work on me. Generous at others' expense. Just moving your lips, letting others do good deeds, but still getting scolded, while you get a reputation as a good person. I didn't say anything wrong. Your family has so much grain. Isn't it only right to give some to people who have no grain to eat? You are selfish. You are cold-blooded. You are unreasonable and you hate people. You crazy person. You big fool. Xiao Honglian 捂着被打的her bruised hand, glaring at Qiao Ren, resentfully. Xiao Honglian, I said, don't let me hear words like idiot and madman from your mouth again, or I won't be polite. If there is a next time, I'll smash all those yellow teeth in your mouth. She turned around, not wanting to waste words on Qiao Honglian, that weakling, pitiful, circumstanced people, on the verge of starvation. You don't look like you are about to starve to death. How many people did you rob to get so many good clothes
And food.
Upon hearing this, the villagers watching also looked at the group of a dozen or so people, polished, rice and white flour.
These all good stuff. These clothes and bedding don't look like something a poor family could afford. They must have robbed some wealthy family to get these things. Right.
Lian, look at them. They're living better than your family. Honglian was stunned.
And looked at those poor people. Indeed, seeing them dressed better, and eating better than her. What has she been doing all this time? 100 times more miserable. So, why help people? But no one pities her.
Village chief, don't hesitate. Drag them to the woods. Beat them to death.
And feed them to the wolves. Erhe, Juzi, Denu, you guys, drag these 4 people into the woods, break one of their arms and one of their legs, as punishment. Then, let them fend for themselves.
Xiao Er and the 3 brothers dragged the 4 into the woods with village lads. Village chief, are we just going to let them go like that? Their stuff is stolen. Confiscate it and distribute it to everyone. Xiao Honglian, you don't just say? They were pitiful. You've stopped pitying them so quickly and want to steal their belongings. I didn't know they were bad. I wouldn't have spoken up for them. Hey, village chief, look, those people are getting away. Let's hurry up and snatch their things.
They stole them from others anyway. They steal from others.
Because they are inherently bad. If you rob them, wouldn't you be just as bad as them? We're not the government. We can't control that much. Sigh. These people receive their punishment, and won't be able to do evil again. Let's leave some food for them, just to pity the elderly and children.
But Xiao Honglian was still about to speak. The village chief dismissed Lian Go
and waved her away. Leave a few strong men to keep watch tonight, and the rest of you go back to sleep. Qiao and his 2 brothers were all
vying to keep watch. Tian Daniel, Zhao Zhuzi, and some other men
also volunteered to keep watch. Erhe, have one of you 3 brothers keep watch. We need to travel tomorrow.
So everyone else must rest. So, after discussing it, Qiao Sanhu, Tian Daniel and Zhao Zhuzi decided to stay awake
for the second half of the night to keep watch. Little girl, why aren't you asleep yet?
Grandpa village chief, there are more and more refugees on the road. Tonight's example is a lesson. We need guards while traveling and sleeping.
We can't be defenseless. Ran girl, what good ideas do you have?
Starting tomorrow, the people in our village must unite as one. During the day, old, weak, women, and children walk in the middle, with stronger men responsible for protection. When resting at noon and in the evening, men form a circle to protect women, elderly, and children inside. Also, have a few people take turns keeping watch every night. Some watch the first half of the night, some watch the second half, preferably in groups of 2. This way they can chat and prevent falling asleep. Place a bronze basin nearby.
in case of any emergency, to notify everyone promptly.
Oh, good. That is a good idea.
Tomorrow morning, I'll talk to the village chiefs of the other 3 villages. Or should we keep each village separate? Or should we 4 villages combine and do this together?
If the 4 villages combine, I am afraid it will be difficult to distribute.
And honestly, I don't trust the people from the other villages. If selfish or sly,
We're more vulnerable without precautions.
Alright, then I'll tell them that our village will do it this way. Whether they want to follow suit is their own business.
The next day, as they set off, the old chief told the other village chiefs about the village's plan. The 3 village chiefs also felt it made sense, so they decided to arrange it that way as well.
Strong men from each village
Cleared the way and guarded the rear, protecting the women in the middle, and the children. When they rested that night, the people from the 4 villages formed 4 circles for days. Due to their strict defense,
Liu Ming dared not bother them.
days later, the Qiao family was surprised that Qiao Dong's leg had recovered. He no longer limped and walked like a normal person.
Donger, your leg was healed by your sister. My sister gives me acupuncture every night, and I don't feel any pain. Ren Ren.
Thank you. Mother thought Duoer's leg would be like this for the rest of his life. I didn't expect there would be a day when he could fully recover, thanks to you.
Grandma Qiao looked at her capable granddaughter, her expression complex, unsure whether to feel joy or worry.
Grandma, starting tomorrow, I'll find some herbs to help you recuperate, so you won't feel chest tightness and discomfort when you sleep at night. If you sleep well, you'll feel more energetic, and I can help Mother recover from her cold-related illness. Okay, then thank you, Ren Ren.
Qiao Ren also told her family about treating Qin Shitu's leg to her family, and the Qiao family members.
We're all very supportive, good intention, help people within your capabilities, and accumulate good karma. I believe good people will be rewarded.